you know, it is beautiful, and we've been saying for the last few months that Colorado really needed the moisture, especially along the Front Range, where we ended September, the warmest September on the books. We ended October, the second warmest October on the books, and that wasn't even by a full degree. Now, November's coming in and laughing at us. We're getting a lot of snow, but the moisture is really good in it because this is that wet, heavy snow that has a great moisture consistency. Now, as we take a look at some snow reports so far, because of course we're going to continue to add to this as we go through the next 24 hours or so, but Genoa reported 28 inches of snow so far. Hugo seeing just over 24 inches. Elbert reporting 23.5 inches. Just over 19 in Pine Cliff, just over 21 in Lyman, 18 reported in Evergreen, 17 in Aspen Park, around 16 inches in Golden and in Monument, over 15 in Lone Tree, and DIA reporting 9 inches of snow. And again, this is all so far because we're going to continue to add to that as that snow really picks up for the second half of our Friday. It's picking up out here in the 9 News backyard as well. 32 degrees out at DIA, snowing, but what we're also going to pay attention to in addition to the snow is going to be these winds coming in from the north-northwest at 14 miles per hour. That's making the wind chill factor be closer to 22 degrees. That means what it feels like on the skin. Here in the 9 News backyard, we're at 32 degrees, but again, it feels a little cooler as soon as those winds pick up. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at our live radar where we do have this system that's just been sitting over the Four Corners region. Now, the heart of it is south of Colorado, but it's bringing in a lot of moisture to the eastern half of the state. You'll also notice the difference between snow falling in Colorado and rain in Nebraska and Kansas, and that's just because these temperatures over here aren't quite cool enough to make that precipitation freeze. But we're going to continue to watch for snow all along central and eastern portions of the state. As we break this radar into pieces, the southern half of the state, all of the snow mostly across the I-25 corridor into the plains and even into the wet mountains, the Sangre de Cristos, even into Pikes Peak there. Now, as we take a look in the northern half of the state, a little bit of snow across the western slope, but the heaviest stuff is falling in the Rocky Mountain National Park, into the foothills, northern portions of the I-25 corridor, into the northern portions of the Front Range and eastern plains. We're even seeing that snow start to pick up all across the Denver metro area, heaviest right now to the north and east where you're seeing these brighter, deeper purple colors. So because of all of this continuing snow, we do still have a couple of alerts in place until noon tomorrow. Red areas including Denver, the foothills into the western suburbs, most of the I-25 corridor into the Front Range and eastern plains. These areas in red under winter storm warnings where we're expecting anywhere from 5 inches to another foot of snow on top of what has already fallen. Areas in teal are going to be our winter weather advisories. These areas expecting roughly a couple inches of more snow. But as we follow along on our futurecast, notice the Front Range and eastern plains. We go through the rest of the afternoon, into this evening, into overnight. That snow's not going anywhere. During the overnight hours, we could get a quick break into the foothills and in eastern portions of the high country, but it stays across the Front Range and eastern plains all the way through our Saturday morning hours. And it's not until Saturday afternoon where we get some lingering trailing precipitation. It's going to fall as rain Saturday afternoon once we finally get those temperatures up into the 40s. And then we're going to see some lingering snow showers in central and northern portions of the high country before all of this finally moves out late day Saturday, making way for some sunny skies on Sunday. But as far as those remaining snow totals, again, these numbers are looking forward. So this is going to be on top of what has already fallen. We're looking for another maybe 4, 5, 6 inches in Denver. We could see some isolated higher totals across the Palmer Divide and into Lyman, also northern portions of the high country where we are going to watch that snow to pick up tonight and into tomorrow. So in addition to that snow that's going to continue to fall, we're going to see those temperatures drop as well, especially after that sun sets for the day. Those lows mostly in the 20s, some areas in the teens, but we're going to look for some refreeze on areas like sidewalks, those side streets, maybe even your driveway where that snow or any sort of slush that's left could really freeze into some hard ice. Tomorrow afternoon, we finally make it out of the freezing category as those temperatures lift just a little bit into the lower to middle 40s. So because of that, we do have a partial weather impact day for our Saturday, and that's going to be for the snow, lingering showers as we go all the way through around noon or so. Once that clears out, we get some sun shining through the rest of our week, temperatures staying mostly in the 50s, and Monday for Veterans Day, we're looking sunny and seasonal with temperatures near 53.